Hi, my name is Dr. Una. I am the founding pediatrician of Ivy League Pediatrics and the Dr. Una Academy, which is a learning platform for personal and business development. Now, this summer, we're going to be hosting the very first virtual leadership academy for teens. I've been wanting to do this for years. I'm so grateful that I get to pull this off this year. And, for you, this is what it will mean. It will mean that in 4 short weeks, in less than half of the summer, your kids will be able to be inspired and have a clear direction. Like in life, this is where I'm going to, as opposed to sometimes when I get into my office, like, so what's going to happen when you grow up? I don't know, right? And the second thing is they're going to develop habits that would make them be successful by autopilots, right? Do this and automatically success becomes a thing that they do. The third thing is a clear understanding of those sneaky little habits that you know about that will completely destroy your kids' future. They'll have a clear understanding of it, how to avoid it, and all of that. And they're going to develop stickability. Now, this generation has been known as the generation of quitters, but they're going to develop stickability, the ability to stay with something, stick with something, have the attitude of no retreat, no surrender until they accomplish their goals, until they build that future. So this is going to be really great. You might be like, but what is this all about? Well, I'll tell you. Um, since I was a teenager, I stumbled on personal development, improving yourself, learning those things that would make the difference in your life. Now, we all know you go to college, you get a degree, it prepares you to do a certain job. It doesn't prepare you for life. So I'm talking about the college of life, personal development, learning about vision, learning about setting goals, learning about habits, all of those kind of things that truly make the difference, learning about grit, right? So I stumbled on all those things and I learned them and I practiced them and I learned them and I practiced them. And I saw myself year to year to year to year changing and becoming better and start doing things that I didn't even know I could do. And now I find myself in this position, and I want to be able to give back. And yes, I work a lot with adults. I do a lot of coaching. I do a lot of business coaching. But I believe that the best time to help anybody is when they're still young. That teenage period is vital. And sometimes we look at our kids, we're like, they're kids, but a teenager is not a kid. I mean, they're teenagers that have built companies that run the world. You know what I'm saying? So I believe it's a critical time. And this summer, we're going to be able to do this. So let me tell you about the VLA. So we call it VLAs, the Virtual Leadership Academy for Teens. It's a 4-week program. It will start June the 1st, and run for 4 weeks. And each week is devoted to a particular skill that they're going to need to know for leadership. I'm going to run you through it. So the first week is vision, for them to learn. This is how to determine what your life will end up looking at. These are short-term goals. These are long-term goals. This is a picture of your future. And what a picture does is that it helps your kids, it helps your teens stay on the right path, avoid the wrong people, avoid the wrong habits, gets them off the couch, gets them off their phones, because they have somewhere they're going to. You don't want to have a teen that doesn't have a picture of tomorrow, right? So the very first week, we're going to be demystifying vision and all of that. The second week, we're going to be learning about success habits. People don't accidentally fall on success. People don't mistakenly go like, oh my goodness, how did this happen? It's the habits that we build, the things that we do every day that take us to that position of success. So one whole week is going to be devoted to that. The third week, we're going to be looking at dream killers. These are those little sneaky things that, take away from the great future that you wish your kids will have, right? Because that's what we parents want, right? We just want them to have a great life, great future, better than ours. But those little sneaky things that get in their way, the little sneaky things that we know that harms teenagers all over the world, how to identify those and strategies to get rid of them. And then the fourth is one of my favorites, which is grit. It is grit, stickability, not being a quitter, not giving up on stuff, not getting into college and doing, changing your major 4 times in 1 year, all of which I've seen, but learning to stick with something until it produces, learning to stick with something, even when there are disappointments, it doesn't look like it's working the way you want, stickability. So those are the things that we're going to be covering over a 4-week period. And I'm telling you, these are things that grown-ups don't know. If you can get your teens to master these concepts now, I mean, there's no telling. I mean, the future is just super bright. It is what it is. It is going to be 100% online. So yes, even if you're going to be on vacation and all that stuff, it's 4 weeks. It's less than half the summer. We can all do this together. But this is like, wow, I wish somebody could teach me this when I was, 15 or 16. Oh my goodness, what it would have done. Now, let's talk about the investment for it. So I could have said, this could be $29.97 or $19.97 or even $9.97, but I'm not going to say that. Okay. So the investment, notice I didn't say cost because it's not a cost. This is stuff that grown-ups don't know. This is stuff that I charge like some serious money for grown-ups to learn, right? But the investment for this would be $597 for the 4 weeks. Is the same as any camp, less than $150 a week. And we do have a payment plan, so you can do 4 installments, weekly, to get you to the $597. And that's what the investment is for it. And you might say, oh, I don't have that kind of money. Please don't say that, please. So one is that they're going to do camp anyway, right? You're going to spend that money anyway. And if you think about it, in the US, the average cost of a credit hour is $594. So really it's like 1 credit hour, but this is the college of life that will set them up, okay? So the thing is not, I can't afford to do it. It's I can't afford not to do it, okay? This is a very small investment for the amount of result that you're gonna see in your team in 4 short weeks, okay? You might be saying, I don't have the time. And I understand that. We live in a busy world. And that's the reason why I made it virtual, so they can do it from home. The replays will be available. They can do it, when they get back home, if they were out all day. But this is something they have to invest in, okay? That you have to invest in. Now, the reason why I'm so excited about this is because as a pediatrician, as I go about my day and see my patients and look in their ears and do all that stuff, we talk about grades. We talk about their relationships. We talk about their friends. We talk about their reading habits. We talk about their screen time. And I can't tell you how many kids, my patients, and some of them may watch this and go like, yes, I'm one of them. I can't tell you how many of my patients have gone from D students to AB students, how many of them dropped out and said, I'm not going to do college, who are back in college, who are graduating. I can't tell you how many, were discouraged and were like, I don't think I can do this anymore. And we walked them through it and they aced it. I can't tell you how many had the wrong friends and we got them out of those relationships, were couch potatoes and now are high achievers. And it happens all day, every day. This is just this is on the fly. So 4 weeks with them, I'm going like, oh my goodness, I have no idea what's going to happen. So this is going to be really amazing. Now, for you as a parent, this would be perfect if you're like, I am a legacy parent. I want my kids to turn out right. I'll do what it takes for them to be on track. I want them to have a great future. I don't just want them to have great grades, but I want them to have a great life. I want them to have the right habits, responsible members of society. I want them to be innovative. I want them to be industry changers. That's what I want them to be. If that is you, if you know that what they're doing in school is so amazing and so important, but it's not enough, then this is perfect. If you're a whiner, complainer, blamer, then this may not be the thing for you, because they're going to have to do the work. It's going to be great, but they're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to make the time to help them. So if you're a complainer, maybe not, right? But if you're like, let's do this, then this is perfect for you, okay? So my question to you becomes, what if at the end of the 4 weeks, this is all that happened? They're now A students, or maybe they were struggling before and now they're AB students. What if your kid went from couch potato to driven person, right? On my phone all day doing nothing, to now I'm reading, now I'm strategizing, now I'm building strategic networks and all that kind of stuff. I'm thinking of business ideas. What if, right? What if they went from you always being so nervous and afraid and looking at the wrong choices that they've been making to kids that make great choices on their own? What if on their own they dropped those friends that give you nightmares because you don't know what will happen to their lives if they keep that relationship? And now they're choosing strategic friendships that will guarantee their future. What if, right? So that's the promise of this course. And I'm really looking forward to working with you guys. You can figure this out on your own. You can let me help you. I've done this for, wow, at this point, over 2 decades. I've been chasing after personal development. What if, right? So let me help you do this. All right. So just to recap, it's a 4-week academy. It starts June the 2nd. And it's all virtual. It's all online. The cost is $597 for the 4 weeks. No, not more expensive than any camp that your kids will go to over the summer. And you know the payment plan is there. And your kids are gonna come out. I'm telling you, if your kids will do this, this is stuff grown-ups haven't figured out. If they will do this, I am telling you that by the time they get out of high school, or by the time they get into the fall, there will be a clear distinction between them and their classmates. I mean, it's just gonna be off the chain. All right. So I'm looking forward to serving you guys. That there will be a registration button just at the bottom of this video. Click on it, get your kids registered, and I can't wait to meet you guys. All right. So look forward to seeing you.